Hello and welcome back to Disneyland. I've got Dash with me, and today we're going to build one of my favorite areas of the park, Tom Sawyer Island. And that's going to sit out in this whole area over here. And this is going to be a tricky build, so I'm going to be consulting some diagrams and a lot of screenshots as I go through this. So I hope you'll indulge me and be patient as I have to look at things. But to save a little time so I don't have to scroll so much in the terrain drawer, I've placed a few pieces out here. I've got this ramp, narrow terrain ramp. I've got this round terrain corner. I'll pick each of these up so you can see what they are and where they are in the drawer. And you can see I've already styled these for the Carburetor County style. This is the ramp cliff, mining tunnel, and then I've also got a few other little pieces here. So this is the flagpole from Building Sets Group 2. It's the city flag. From the decorations drawer, I've got the teepee. That's from the Lone Ranger playset. And I've got these crates from the Cars playset. The stacked boxes. From Building Sets Group 1, I've got this hanging bridge. And also this part of the treehouse. And then I've also got this pirate building out of Building Sets Group 4. So I placed those there just to kind of help so I don't have to scroll so much through the drawers. But we're going to begin by picking up this piece of terrain, and we're going to finish the water area here around the island. So we're going to drop another one of these out here like that, followed by this piece, followed by that piece. And we're going to put two of these out here like this. And then we'll fill in some other smaller pieces here just to plug some gaps. So there we have that little area. And then over here, and these are going to be mostly covered up, so the ugliness of this doesn't really matter too much. Alright, and then we have this, and this, and we're going to put three of these, and alongside of those we'll have a row of these. That piece will sit in there like that. Make sure I got my right orientation here. Yeah. We're going to place this in here. And then this. And those. And then one more of these pieces. This is going to line up. Let's see here. This needs to line up with this. So that little corner there. Bring this out. drop it down like that. All right. And if it's not real clear to you what's going on there, hopefully it will be once we put in the ground. So this piece we're going to put in here and raise up. And we're going to change the style on this to be Carburetor County. I'll set that to be the theme. And we'll do the same with this other piece that's sitting up over here. All right. This next piece sits in there like that. That piece sits in there like that. And then we're just kind of filling in the holes around this. You can see if you laid out the water properly, this all fits nicely. Just like that. And there we go. That's the bulk of the island. At least as far as the main ground level goes. And whoops, and from here we start building outward and upward. So I think probably the next thing to do is let's put in the rest of the base, starting with these. I'm going to pick this up and we're going to bring this over. And we're going to make this look like it's not quite so square. So those are going to sit in there like that. Let's pick this up. We'll put a couple of these in. That looks pretty good. Pick that piece up again. Let's come around to this side. So this is going to sit in here like that. We'll grab the next piece over, put this in here like this, and that kind of softens the edge of that so it doesn't look so square. So that's really, really good. And then we're going to put another one of these over here to kind of soften that a little bit. So that is good. And then let me grab my screenshot here. All right. So then down on this end of the island, now you can use either this piece or you can use this piece. We're going to be using a bunch of these, so we'll put that in for something a little bit different. We'll put this one out front, and we don't want to stick anything too big out here because we've got this channel that the riverboat's going to have to traverse. So that's got to be pretty wide, so we don't want to stick any huge pieces. That's why this works pretty good for this. All right, so there's that. Let's pick this piece up, put it down, and we're going to put another one over here in this corner. Like that. Sorry, I'm looking for my screen grabs here. Okay. And then we're going to come straight across. Do the same thing like we did at the initial part of the island. I'll put two more square pieces in there in a moment. We'll put those in like that. And we can pick this piece up, put it down to get back to that part of the drawer. These pieces will sit in here just like that. Oh, there. All right. There is the base for the island. And now we're going to start building upward. And let's begin over on this end near the entrance, because I think this will be the best starting point for this. I'm trying to get to my screen grab, so hang on just a moment. All right. Let's see. This is one of those builds that, like I said, it's really tricky. All right, so let's start with this piece. We're going to put this right here, just like you see it there. Then we'll grab this piece. And we'll put those there. We'll pick that piece up again, put it down, and I'm going to put two of these down here like that, with the larger one in here. And I kind of like this one on this side, because then there's no seam on this side, because you're going to be looking at Tom Sawyer Island from over here for the most part. So the fewer seams on this side, I think, the better it goes. All right, so there is that. Sorry. All right, we'll pick this piece up. And I'm going to put this in here like that. We're going to put two of those down. I'm going to put another one over here. This one's going to sit back a little nudge like that. And you might be wondering why I'm doing that. That'll become clear shortly. And yeah, I think we'll leave it at that for right now. Okay. Trying to get around to my screen grab here. Okay. This piece we'll pick up and put down, and we're going to center this on here like that. And we're going to take this all the way back there like that. Okay. Try to give you a good look at that all the way around. All right. And then this piece is going to sit off the end of here. And I want to put this, let's see, the right way to do this. That's actually right where that's got to go. Yep. So that's going to sit in there like that. Okay. We'll pick that up. And then the next piece that we're going to need is this one. That's going to sit in here just like that. So then I'll pick this up and grab the next size smaller. That's going to sit in here like that. And now we're ready to put the tunnel in, Injun Joe's cave. So let's pick this piece up over here. This is going to sit in here just like that. And yeah, I'm going to go one more. Actually, two more. So a total of 3? No, just 2. Sorry. And then we need a couple of corner pieces. Cave bend. That's what we need. So that will sit in here like this. That'll sit in there like that. So now we have a nice little tunnel that's going to run through part of the island. And I like that a lot. Okay. And let's pick this piece up again. Put it down, and we're going to bring this over and put this right there, like that. And this little piece will sit in here like this. Okay, so there is that level of the island. Okay, let's pick up this ramp. This goes right in here like this. And don't worry that this hangs out underneath there a little bit. That's okay. Doesn't have to be sitting on anything. Player's probably not going to notice that anyway. So that's all right. All right. Now I got to get my screenshot for the next little section of the island here. Of course, when you take these things, you kind of expect, you kind of have an idea of where the build order is going to be and what order you're going to do this in, but it doesn't always work that way. Okay, this piece is going to sit on the corner here. The next piece over sits in there like that. And we're going to put a second one of these in this corner over here like that, which kind of softens that up a little bit. Okay, and that looks good. Now the next level, I've got to get to my screen grab for this, so hold on just a moment. All right. So we have this piece here. Let's pick that up and put it down. We're going to pick up this little terrain cube. And this will sit in here right on the edge of this. We're going to put 2 of these in like that. Next size over is going to sit here. We're going to place 2 of those like you see there, with a cube here. Place two of those like that, and one of these like that. Okay. And then we're going to pick up this piece and put it down. This is going to sit in here like this. And then I want to pick up this cave bend. We're going to put this over here like that. Okay. And that is it for the terrain over here for the treehouse. And we'll build that up in a moment. I'd kind of like to finish the terrain because we're getting close. Okay. Let's grab this piece and pick that up. We're going to cover up some of that ugliness there, like that. Okay. And then I got to find this other screenshot for the ramp to get up there. I gotta figure out how to organize this better. Okay. Because there's multiple ways to get up to the treehouse. So this one goes over here, like that. And then we're going to use this piece, like that. That creates a nice little climbing ramp and a way to get up there from this end. You've also got this path up there, and we've got another path over here. And this is the one I'm trying to find the screenshot for. It's this direction over here. I'm not having any luck. Sorry about that. Must be back earlier in my pictures here. Here we go. Okay. So let's pick this piece up. This is going to sit in there like that. Then we're going to pick up this ramp. We're going to put a couple of these down. This one's going to go here. That one's going to go there. And then we're going to put a second one of these down on the other side. Kind of wrap around that, and it also helps hide the blockiness of that a little bit, so that's really good. Alright, so there's all kinds of ways to get up there, as you can see, and we're going to add some more stairs and things here in a moment. The next part of this is Castle Rock, and for that, to help save memory, I'm going to use this peak over here that we put down in an earlier video. So we'll pick that up and put it down. This is going to sit out here, and the exact placement of this one doesn't really matter. You want it somewhere out in this area. And I think maybe we'll try to center it here a little bit. That's pretty good. pick this up and put it down, and we'll put a few other pieces around this so it doesn't look quite so stark. I want to make this easy to climb up onto it. So we can kind of stick this down here, something like that. And then on this side, not that. That looks pretty good. We'll put this down like that. That just gives another nice little area to climb on. Alright, and that is it for the terrain. And this took a lot of time to do. This is going to be a longer video today, but I think I'd like to finish all of this in one episode if I can. Alright, let's go up to the blocks drawer now, and we'll put some stairs in. I should have put some of these down earlier, but we're going to place a set of stairs here, and I'm going to theme these to use the Wood 1 theme. So then these are going to sit here like this. Like that. So that gives us another way to get up there. And I'm going to stick another one of these down here in a moment. Let's put a set piece in here first. Not a set piece, buildings. Colby's Hardware Store. We've already put one of these down, so this won't hurt us to add a second one, but let me see, how is this positioned? This is all the way out to the front, like that. And with that sitting there, we can drop another set of stairs right here. Okay. And then we'll put another one of these down to soften the edge of that. Alright, so there is that. That little goat wandering around. I think he came off of one of the western buildings. Alright, this piece we're going to sit in here like this, I think. Let me pull up that screen grab. I think that's where that goes. There's something off here. I think we need another piece of terrain under here. I think it's this one. Is that right? No. Like that. And then to cover up some of that ugliness, we'll put this in here like that. We're going to put some docks in here. Like that. Some docks on the front. This needs a roof. Let's see. And a little dock over here. Like that. Okay. All right, and then I think we'll do the tree house next. It's probably the best way to go. This is going to sit up here, I think, like that. Let me find that screenshot if I can. There we go. Yeah, so that sits right up there like that, with the edge of that tree on the edge of the terrain block on the right. And then we'll put two of these up. This sits in there like that. And this sits up here on the top, centered over that, like you see there. Okay, that's as much of the tree house as we can put in right now, because the trees will be the trees that are placed around it. And I'm going to do those offline here to save time. Rope bridge. This is going to go right up here off the end of that. And then you're going to need a piece out of the platforming toys. I should have had this out handy too. Do-de-do-de-do. That little piece. Like that. So there's our rope bridge. And then we have the fort. So I'm going to pick this piece up and put it down to get back to the terrain drawer. We're going to use some of these for spacers. And this is going to tell us where to place the fort. And so I got to find my screen grabs for the fort. Okay, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And over here we're going to do 1, 2. All right, so the fort pieces are in building sets group 3. We're going to start with this corner. This is going to sit up against these blocks and one little nudge back from there. So just like you see there. And then this goes right up next to it. This is, of course, Fort Wilderness. And then we're going to place 1, 2, followed by another tower. Oops, another gate, another tower, and then the base of the wall on this side. This one we're going to place 2 high. And actually, let's not do that. I did this originally. Oh yeah, I remember why. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we're going to put those in. This only goes on the one side over here. And then these go on top. And the reason why we did that is because there's a building that sits here. Oops. This building sits in here just like that, with a roof on it. And then we need a flagpole. And by the way, we need to put one of these over here too. I forgot to do that earlier. And the other one goes over here at Fort Wilderness. This is going to sit in the middle of the fort. Yeah, like that. Okay. And how we doing on time? Yeah, it's going to be a longer episode. Okay, at this point, I am going to go offline and add the plant clusters and the decorations. And when I come back, I'll show you the end result. All right, I'm back, and I've added the rest of the details. I'll do a quick flyover so you can see which pieces I've used and where they go. So let's start here by the fort on this end of the island. And once again, I'm using the plant clusters, the first 9 pieces in the plants drawer. Note the placement of them, the orientation, so like the red flower on these little guys. I'll try to spin the camera around to give you a good look at these. Some of the placements on these plants don't really matter. Some do. I'll try to point out which ones do. And of course, as always, those of you who are following along and building this for yourselves on your own toy boxes can pause this video along the way. The left edge of this one is lined up with the edge of that block there, that spacer block. And by the way, we can take these out now. And these plants around the fort, the placement of these is very important because you don't want to have the plants overlap these things once we style them. That would be bad. And then these are the teepees out of the decorations drawer. They're from the Lone Ranger playset. The placement of those doesn't really matter. Alright, that's it for the fort area. Now over here at the Injun Joe cave, we have this little plant cluster there. And that one. This one's tucked into that corner. This one kind of into that corner. There's a little bit of a gap here. This one's up on top of those 2 little terrain cubes. This one's tucked into that corner. We've got this one oriented that way. And another one here. And another one over here. You can see how these are placed. This one's in that corner with a little sprig over here. This one's over there, like that. And now these up here around the treehouse are super important. The exact placement of these is really critical if this is going to work, because you're going to be getting out on top of these things once we style them in order to get up to the treehouse. So we have this piece here on this corner right over the cave entrance. This one is centered directly over top of the intersection of all those terrain blocks. And then this one's lined up the way you see it there. This is right on the corner of that little cave corner, with the sprig oriented this way. And then we have another one of these sitting out here like that. This one's sitting in here with that little sprig on this corner. Those two little light posts are sitting there with the red flowers oriented as you see. All right. And then up on top of here, you can see how those two plants are placed. So those are all of the plants. And every plant on Tom Sawyer Island is going to be styled to use the Briar Ridge theme. So we'll start with these. I'm going to set this to be the theme, though it doesn't really matter. And we're going to style all of these to use that Briar Ridge theme. And what you're going to notice is, as I style these, it kind of hides the fact that there's a cave there, which is kind of nice, because you want that to be something the player discovers. Alright, so if you've placed these in the right spot, when you style this, you'll notice that branch, that bridge, comes right out at the top of that. And this one gives you an opportunity to jump up and grab this. And this is out of the platforming toys drawer. I don't want to pick that up because I just styled that plant, but I think if I pick it up, it won't let me put it back down. But this is the wooden ladder. That's the piece I'm using there. And it probably would have let me put it in there. Alright, so then this piece gets styled Briar Ridge. These over here do. I could do all of these offline, but I really want to do the ones around the treehouse here so you can see how that comes together. Okay, and all of those down there, of course, are going to be that same thing. And what you've noticed is this has created kind of a little hidden pathway up through there. It's all overgrown, looks like, with foliage, so it's kind of hidden. That makes it fun. These corner pieces are also Briar Ridge. Again, all of these are. And that covers up that top part of the island really nicely. It also gives you some place to walk out on from up on top of the treehouse. So that's really, really good. That adds some more canopy, which helps to hide that top part of the island. And there you go. And then, of course, these. And the rest of those. This one, when you style it to use Briar Ridge, is going to give you a little stump that's laying there, which is just kind of a nice little detail that you don't see until you get up to it. So it's kind of a hidden detail. And then, of course, all of these are going to be Briar Ridge as well. All the way around the island. I won't make you watch me do all of those, but that gives you a pretty good idea of what you have. So that shrouds the whole top of the island in tree foliage, which looks really great. and helps kind of hide the fact that there's stuff going on up there. And then these, because we're using these and the foliage is up higher, that adds a nice little tunnel up under here, which helps hide the spiral staircase there as it starts. So again, that just makes that look really hidden up there and really kind of mysterious. And it's not till you get to the island and start wandering around and climbing on stuff that you realize there's passages underneath here with stairways and places you can climb, little cave areas, all kinds of fun things to discover as you're exploring the island. So I really like that. And I'll style all the rest of those plants offline for next time. But that's it for Tom Sawyer Island. Next time we'll build the Painted Desert and the Indian Village, and then we'll be done with the build exercise for this toy box. Until then, I want to thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know. You can also subscribe to my channel by clicking my photo in the lower right corner of this video if you haven't done that already. That's all for me today. Take care.